Hi everybody, my name's Michelle and this is my channel Sewing Bunny, and thank you for joining me in my video today, which is a bit of a bumper makes video. I didn't realise I haven't shared my makes since my July makes video. So I haven't done August, September or October. I will do November, which is really unusual because I'm normally, I thought, quite good at kind of like planning out my videos and things, and just for some reason I totally forgot to actually share with you what I've made during that time. I think I've been quite busy during the last few months, and I just think that's just completely gone out of my mind. So I'm really sorry if you have been waiting for my makes videos and I haven't shared them. But you hopefully should have seen maybe some of these, because I have done some sort of like dedicated videos and things for them. So there isn't anything, you know, brand new, I suppose, that you might not have really seen. I have shared everything over on Instagram. So if you do follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen these. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that I hadn't actually shared these with you guys. So it is absolutely chucking it down with rain outside. It's getting dark. I've had to put the main light on, so apologies if there are like lots of like shadows or things like that. I know it's not the best lighting. I have tried to put a daylight sort of lamp in my sewing room, which kind of helps for when I'm recording in the winter, because yeah, we just don't get any sun at the moment. It's just been cloudy all day. I'm also wearing a Me Made. This is the Sew House 7 toaster sweater in this glorious cat fabric. I've had this one for absolutely ages. I made it ages ago and it's one of my favourites, just because it's got lots of little cat faces on. It came from Felicity Fabrics absolutely ages ago, when I think I won like a voucher, I think, and yeah, I picked this as being the fabric. And I've got like sort of the like the black cuffs and also a black band at the bottom, just to, you know, do a little bit of difference in there. Okay, so I have 7 makes that I need to share with you. They're not in any particular order, but I've tried to put them in order, I think, of how I made them. Okay, so the first item that I'm going to share with you was actually from a fabric that was given to me for free in exchange for a review by Blooming Fabrics. Now, you may have heard me mention Blooming Fabrics because in my fabric haul that I recently did, I purchased some elf French terry, which I absolutely loved. And I only knew about Blooming Fabrics because of me working with them before, when they sent me some fabric for free in exchange for a review. So yeah, this is my first introduction to Blooming Fabrics. And I made the Itch to Stitch Lego tank, but what I did is I made it into a dress. You can see there. So the Itch to Stitch Lego tank is a free pattern. It's probably one of my favourite sort of like tank top patterns. I've made it so many times before for you know, your basic tanks, even like pajama sort of tops and things like that as well. It's a really nice pattern because what I really like about it is you have like the base of the tank, and then the arms and the neck is like a separate piece, so you can basically sew everything on your overlocker if you wanted to, apart from the hem. I mean, you could add a band at the bottom if you wanted to, but I just like it because it's really easy to sew. I find it's a really nice fit for me, and yeah, I always wanted to make it into like a shorter sort of dress. I have made it before where I extended it into a maxi dress, which is brilliant, but I just found that it was actually quite heavy, being such you know, like a long dress. So I did a sort of like a knee length version on this one, which worked out absolutely perfectly, and I wore this absolutely loads once I made it. Unfortunately, I couldn't wear it as much as I would like to because I made it in August, and you know, the weather was sort of starting to sort of trail off a little bit. It was so comfortable to wear. I love the fabric because it's this lovely jade green background with these hearts with these flowers in. So pretty. And Blooming Fabrics also did provide me with the ribbing as well to match. So I did pick this mustard colour because I thought it would just pick out the mustard sort of tones in the little hearts. So I'm really pleased with it. So I will insert a picture of me wearing it. I also did add a little, oh, if I can bring that there, little sewing label there, which contains cat hair, and that is because my cat Misty was very helpful when I was making this. And yeah, I did get some pictures of her. I think her little paw was kind of, she just stood there for ages, and I was like, that's really cute, I'm gonna have to get my camera. And thankfully she stayed in that position just so I could get a picture of her little paw next to the label. So yes, that was my first make. So next up was a very special make because it was a collaboration video with the lovely Catherine, who's Soverton Makery over on YouTube and Instagram. I will link her channel down below so you can check her out if you haven't heard of her already. But I did do a video for the collaboration with her, and it came about because we both realised that we had the same fabric in our stash. I think Catherine saw me sharing it in one of my fabric haul videos, and she contacted me saying, oh, I've got that fabric too, and actually reached out and said, you know, would you like to do a collaboration? I'm new to YouTube. And yeah, I thought it was a brilliant idea. So if you do want to see that video, if you haven't already, then I will pop a little card up here somewhere, or I will put it in the description box below as well. So we kept it a secret as to what we were going to make. So I ended up making the So Liberated Hinterland dress. I hadn't sewn this pattern before, but I'd always wanted to, and I was desperate to try and use my fabric to its full potential. I only had 1.5 meters of this fabric, and I squeezed it out. I don't even know how I did it. It was ridiculous. I just squeezed it out. I was left with ultimate scraps from it. But here it is. So it is in this beautiful double gauze. It's such a pretty fabric. It's a pale blue background, and then you've got all these like watercolor flowers. Such a pretty fabric, and that's why I wanted to use every single centimetre that I could of this fabric. The only exceptions was that I couldn't do the binding with the fabric, so I did actually purchase some pale blue binding for that, which I did actually use for another make, which you'll see very soon. I did also add in this label, which is the Me Made, with the little rainbow in there, which I thought was really nice. I did manage pockets as well, if I can find those. So pockets with the same fabric from the main dress, which was great. And I also did add ties on the back as well, which, yes, I eked out of the fabric. So I'm really pleased with it. It's such a comfortable dress. It's so nice to wear. I must admit, when I first popped it on, I did think it was maybe a bit too like the skirt might have been a bit too like sort of bulky or like voluminous for me. Like when you walk around, it was kind of bubbling up a little bit. But you know what, the more I've worn it and the more I've washed it, it's really softened up, and it's such a nice comfy dress to wear. Because I always forget, like with double gauze, because I mean I love double gauze, but it's so much nicer the more you wash it and the more you wear it, just because it really relaxes and it just becomes so comfortable. I mean, you don't want to make anything too fitted in double gauze just because of that reason. But this has just softened up like an absolute dream. And it is so nice and cozy to wear. I really like what I've done with it, to be honest. And yeah, even like with the little blue buttons, I think they go really nicely. Definitely having that waist tie, I think was a good idea, adding that, because yeah, if I didn't have that, I think it would be maybe a bit too oversized. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, and it was so nice doing the collaboration with Catherine. And yeah, so with that, Catherine was an absolute sweetheart, and I'm so sorry if you're watching, Catherine, because I have been meaning to share this on my channel for absolutely ages, but then when I realised I obviously haven't done my makes video, I haven't shared it. And I haven't touched the things that Catherine sent me because she was so sweet. She said, can I just send you a little thank you gift just for doing the collaboration, which was really not needed at all. And it was so incredibly kind of her to do it. So I do want to share that with you, like the little bits that she got me, because they are so sweet. So to start off with, I got this beautiful handmade card from her. And can you see it's the actual fabric of the dress that I made? And of course she made a top from hers. So obviously these were the scraps of her fabric, and she's embroidered a little sewing machine on it. So beautiful. And then with these buttons as well, and a little dog and a little thank you. It's so, so kind. And then inside I've got a lovely, lovely note, and also she's given me her little sidekick Kylie and the Machine advent calendar cat labels, which is so sweet. I absolutely love those. And yeah, it's so, so sweet of her to do that. So yeah, I haven't touched those because I wanted to kind of show everyone what it was like when I opened it. So it's such a sweet, sweet card. Not only that, I mean, that would have been more than enough, but Catherine also made me a hair scrunchie, again using the scraps of her double gauze. So I've got this lovely hair scrunchie, so when I'm wearing the dress I can pop on my hair scrunchie as well, or I can just wear that, you know, as and when, just to match with whatever outfit I'm wearing. And then it doesn't stop there. She was very, very naughty. She was very, very naughty. I also got given these, and I haven't eaten them yet. Do you know how difficult it is not to eat sweets when they're right there, sitting there? But I was like, no, I'm not going to eat them until I've shared them on my video. And they are these candy kittens. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I rattle them around a little bit, but they are actually like little cat-shaped sweets. Can you see? They're so sweet. And they are strawberry flavoured. And they've got that fizzy sort of coating on, which I love. So I cannot wait to eat those. Really, really excited. I can't believe how good I've been and not eaten them yet. And then finally, again, just so, so sweet, Catherine got me this personalised mug. It's so sweet. So it's this one. It's got my name with the tape measure around. Do you notice how well this green colour matches my wall? I mean, that's just absolutely uncanny. I love it. And then on the back it says, I said to myself, I will not buy any more fabric until I've used my stash. Then I laughed and laughed and laughed. She knows me far too well. You saw my last fabric haul video, and I've probably got even more fabric coming. So yes, that's absolutely right. And every item that Catherine sent me was wrapped up in this beautiful wrapping paper with these rainbows. So, so nice. So I did have to keep that as well. So again, thank you so much if you're watching, Catherine. So incredibly kind of you to send me those bits. And yes, I really enjoyed the collaboration that we did. So next up was actually using a fabric that I'd used for my hinterland dress, which was the binding fabric that I made. So I had to get this binding separately. So all I did was I purchased a metre of this pale blue double gauze fabric. I think it was just from eBay, I think, and because I wanted to have binding that sort of went with the dress, so I was left with, you know, a little bit of fabric left. So again, I thought I'll have a little play around, and I managed to make, with the scraps, the Whisper blouse, which is by Wardrobe by Me, and this is probably one of my go-to double gauze sewing patterns. I really, really like it, and yes, so I made it with the scraps. So here it is. So yes, just a pale blue double gauze, and do you know what, I thought it's a bit plain. I kind of made it up and I was like, it's nice, but it seems to need something to like zhuzh it up a little bit. And then I had a look in my little sewing box, and I remembered in my Beyond the Pink Door advent calendar last year, in one of the days, there was a little crochet patch, which was this one here. And I believe they came in, like, I think lots of people had different like fruits and things like cherries or strawberries. And I had the watermelon, and I thought I really need to pop that on something like a little bit special. And I just thought, you know what, this is quite a plain t-shirt. So I thought I will pop this little crochet watermelon on on the top. So I hand sewed it into place. I just kind of used similar colour thread for the green around the outside, and then I used red thread to secure it here, and then just a few sort of pinpoints there. Don't know if you'll be able to see on the inside there. That's kind of, I've just hand secured it there so that it doesn't move about when I wash it or anything like that. And then I also did put in this label, which is circa 2022, because I had that in my stash and I thought, oh, I do need to use that. So yeah, I just kind of thought that just made it a little bit more interesting. So really, really happy with that one as well, that I managed to use up all of the fabric. Right, so the next garment that I want to share with you is actually, again, a bit of a special one because it is one that I made as part of my Felicity Fabrics Blogger Team Challenge. Now, if you have already seen on the Felicity Fabrics website, you may have seen on their blog that a whole load of the blogger team took part in a challenge. Felicity Fabrics do this every now and again where they set like a little challenge to all of the blogger team. And like we've done ones where, you know, you have to put like a label on the garment, but you can't put it on the centre back. So we had to kind of make use with that. We did ones where we did a double gauze project. And this time we were set a challenge to put piping on a top. So we were allowed to pick some fabric from the website for free. And yeah, so we picked our own binding just because of like colours and things like that. And then we shared it over on the blog. So I will link the blog down below if you like, so you can have a look at what everyone else made. It was a brilliant, brilliant challenge. So I was thinking, oh, what should I do? I need to make myself a top with piping. And I just kind of thought, you know what, I want to do something a little bit different. And I had a thought that I would make a little vest top and do some of the accents of the vest top with piping. So I found this pattern in my stash. This is the Newlook 6499. And I wanted to make one of these. And what I did was this. So here it is. It's a little top with a flounce. So what I did is I picked this view here. I shortened it into a top and I only did one tier. You can see here you've got like the 2 tiers. I just did 1 tier. So that's what I did to make this. Now also what I was thinking of is, well, I really want to add the piping on this flounce section, but the flounce was only 1 layer of fabric. So what I did is I actually cut 2 flounce pieces so that I could sandwich in the binding. So it is actually lined as well, which makes it even better because then as I'm moving around, floating about, you're not going to see any of the inside of the fabric. And it gives it also a little bit more weight so that when you're wearing it, it doesn't like blow up in the wind and everything. And I really am happy with how that turned out. Also, this pattern does say you need to add a zip at the back, but I didn't. So I just adjusted the pattern just so that it would carry on the whole way round. I also added the piping on the straps as well because I thought that would give it just a really nice finish there as well. So I just kind of thought I wanted to use piping in a slightly different way because the only time I've really used piping is on maybe like some like shoulder seams or like, you know, like the edge of pockets or something, and I just thought that would be really nice. I also finished it off with this Perfectly Me little rosy cheeks label, which I thought matched all of the colours in the top really, really nicely. And yeah, unfortunately I haven't been able to wear it very often because yeah, I made it kind of when it was starting to cool down a little bit, and this is a very, very summery top. So yes, I should be able to hopefully wear it a lot more next year, but it's so, so pretty. I love how it turned out. I'm so proud of it. And yeah, I really enjoyed that challenge. Next up is, you've probably seen this one already if you've seen my Dressmakers Ball video or you follow me on Instagram, but it is my Dressmakers Ball dress, which is this one here. Oh, I absolutely love this dress. I'm so proud of this dress. This is the Vogue 9252. I don't know where my pattern envelope is, so I will insert a picture of it here so you can see what it looks like on the pattern envelope. But as I say, I love this dress. It is in this Ponte jacquard sparkle fabric, and oh, I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping you'll be able to sort of see sort of a bit sparkly there. I don't know if that's really helping too much, but it is really sparkly when you see it in real life. And I'm so proud of this because I did have to make quite a few adjustments on the pattern. I mean, this section here was so low, it was not nice at all on me, and I did have to kind of raise like the pattern up here. I had to make adjustments to the front and the sides, just kind of doing the whole thing, you know, was kind of just such a learning curve for me. Again, this dress was meant to have a zip, but I didn't put the zip in because it is a slightly stretchy fabric, but I wanted to make sure it fitted me well enough that I wasn't going to really sort of stretch it over my head and risk, you know, misshaping it or anything like that. And just to be nice and comfortable. I think I got it bang on, if I do say so myself. I also added in this label here, which I hope you can see there. It says party dress. And I did line the dress as well. So this is in a ponte as well. I didn't line the skirt section, but you won't be able to see because I can't hold it up high enough, but it is a high-low hem. Oh, don't know if you managed to see that at all. I will insert a picture of me wearing it. But I had an absolutely amazing time at the Dressmakers ball. I got to wear my shoes that were my wedding shoes because they were all like sparkly and everything as well. So it was a really special night. And yeah, I'm so proud of this dress. It does also have pockets, this dress as well. If I can find them, here we go. There is the pockets, which I've lined in the navy lining fabric that I did for the bodice, like half and half. So half of the pocket is the dress fabric and half of it is the lining, just so that then it just meant that if you could see the inside of the pocket from here, you'd get the main dress fabric because you wouldn't really see it from the other side. I hope that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I love this dress so much, and I need to find another opportunity to wear it as we are coming up to the festive season. Then maybe I'll be able to wear it again at some point. But yeah, I love it. Really proud of this dress. So next up, I made the Newlook 6428, and I have done a sew along for this one. Now this pattern was very kindly given to me by one of my lovely followers because I was after a pattern for a ponte that I was sharing in a fabric haul, and I wanted something that had kind of like a fitted sort of like bodice, but then like kind of like flowing over like the waist and hips, and this one fit the bill perfectly. And I made view A, which is the one that the model is wearing, and I made it in this fabric. So this is a ponte fabric from Minerva. I picked it up when they were doing one of their VIP 20% off days, just because I thought the fabric was so fun. It's kind of smart like, so I thought it would be really good to wear as sort of like workwear. And but it's still quite fun with those sort of like pops of colours, like with the blue and like the yellows and the reds going on in there. And you can't really see the details too much on this dress, but the pattern does have neck darts and bust darts. You might be able to just see the bust dart there. Not sure if you'll be able to see the neck darts going on there, but it just means it gives it a really nice fit on the bodice. And you've got a facing that goes all the way around, and this facing is really well secured down, so yeah, I don't need to worry about it kind of like flapping up or anything. I also put a label in this one which says, well, I do love spots. That came from a So Hayley Jane box, but the label came from a company called the Lemon Patch. And I really do like this dress. It is really nice. I do find that it can sometimes be a little bit clingy. And I think that's just because the fabric, the ponte, it's quite a lightweight ponte. And I say it does fit me really well. But yeah, sometimes I just find it can sometimes cling to my hips a little bit if I'm wearing sort of tights and things. But I do love the overall look of it. And I think it is definitely one that I will get a lot of wear from. So I am really, really happy with it. But yeah, I think I just need to maybe wear it with a slip, I think, just so that it doesn't cling so much to my tights. Because I have got a lot of jersey dresses and I don't find they often really cling to tights too much. But this one, because it's ponte, I think it just does a little bit. But yeah, I am really, really happy with it though. And yes, I did do a sew along for it as well. So if you do want to check that out, I will link that up here somewhere for you as well. And then last but not least, I made this dress. Oh, I'll get it up here. It is this here, and oh, I love this fabric. This fabric is from Beyond the Pink Door. It is a Modal jersey, so it's really nice and soft. It's just the softest jersey, and it's in this sort of floral print. It's a navy background with all these minty sort of like flowers. Really, really nice. And I wanted to make myself like a long length t-shirt dress, and I was trying to find a pattern which I kind of had sort of in my head and I couldn't quite find one. So I managed to do a little hack, which was so easy. It was such an easy hack. And so what I decided to do was to use the pattern, the Tabitha t-shirt from the Tilly and the Buttons book, Make It Simple. Now in that book, you have a hack which Tilly guides you through, which is how to make a dress. So it's just about lengthening the length of the t-shirt and then adding in a drawstring. And so I thought that would be a lovely idea, because I do like the idea of a drawstring. Because sometimes with elasticated waists, if you don't get the elastic, you know, bang on, sometimes it can be a bit too tight, it can be a bit too loose. Obviously, a lot of the time, you know, my stomach will fluctuate throughout the month. So I kind of quite like the idea of a drawstring, because then you can easily adjust it for however tight or however loose you want it. So I did that. So I added in this drawstring here, and I picked this sort of minty colour cord. So I did that, but then I also added on a little flounce or ruffle. You can't really see it well there at all, so I will insert a picture of me wearing it. And I love this dress. I really, really do. I just think it's such a nice fitted dress. I can, as I say, I can make it as tight around the waist as I want or as loose as I want. And I just think it looks really pretty. So yeah, overall, I'm really, really happy with it. I think I bought, was it 2.5 or 3 meters, I think, of this fabric. I think it might have been 2.5, I think. And I did have to shorten it a tiny bit to be able to get the ruffle pieces out and in that sort of length I wanted to. But I think it's a really nice length. And yeah, I'm going to wear this so much, and I do want to make more of these, because I think it is going to be a style of dress that I will just live in. So I am really, really pleased with that one. So happy I made it, and the fabric is just so soft and comfortable to wear. So really, really do like that. All right, so that was everything that I made during, yes, August, September and October time. So I'm really sorry that I forgot to share those with you, but I hope you did enjoy seeing what I've been making. I will make sure that I share what I make in November as well very, very soon. I've got one more thing which I might be able to squeeze out, because I've still got a couple of days left of November, but we will see. I'm not sure. It's on my sewing table at the moment, that's why I'm kind of pointing that way. Also, we are approaching December, and I have been asked by a few people if I am going to be doing Vlogmas again this year. And yes, I am planning on doing Vlogmas again. I've done it for the last couple of years. I've really, really enjoyed it. So I will do it again this year. I'm hoping to do what I've done previously and record every day. I will do my best to do that. I can't guarantee how interesting it will be, but you can follow along with me for however interesting or boring it is. So I do hope that you enjoyed that. There'll be lots of footage of the cats as usual. So yeah, I really hope you like that. And for anyone that might not be interested in Vlogmas, that's absolutely fine. I will still be putting out my regular sort of videos, like my makes videos, my plans videos, any sort of hauls that I do. I would like to do also an update on my Make 9 as well. So I will have that regular content for you as well. So hopefully there'll be lots of content in December, and yeah, you can just pick and choose what you'd like to see. So thank you very, very much for watching, and I will speak to you in, well, hopefully my first Vlogmas video, which is in a couple of days. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.